Is it okay now? Okay, Zana. Can you tell me that how can we prepare bleaching powder? How can we prepare bleaching powder?
From calcium hydrochloride,
And by passing what?
calcium oxychloride, lime, wait,
How we prepare? How can we prepare bleaching powder?
has a clever
Not
process.
asking. I'm not asking the name of the process.
Precipitation,
Not precipitation.
slake lime,
Yeah, slag line. How can we prepare bleaching powder? By passing.
slake lime plus chloride.
Yes, by passing chlorine gas to. Okay. By passing chlorine gas to what? By passing chlorine gas to what? What is the name of this compound?
Hydroxide,
What hydroxide?
calcium hydroxide,
And the common name of this compound is?
slake lime.
Yes, it is slag line. Okay. Next. Why should we not keep bleaching powder in? Why should we not kept? Why should we not kept the bleaching powder in open air? Tell me.
When it gets exposed to air, it reacts with atmospheric carbon dioxide. This, yeah,
And then what happens? Then what happens?
a process starts.
Hmm? So what happens if it is kept in open air? It react with what?
Atmospheric carbon dioxide.
And then what it will gives you? And then what it will gives you?
Calcium carbon dioxide. No.
Calcium carbonate plus chlorine gas. And this calcium carbonate is of no use, okay? Because if there is chlorine gas eliminated out, then it will be of no use, okay? Yes,
Okay.
Abdul Kavi, how are you? Please turn on your camera. Yes, Zainab, next question here is that how will you prepare uh, caustic soda? How will you prepare caustic soda?
Uh, by passing electricity to the concentrated aqueous solution of sodium chloride.
By passing electricity to aqueous concentrated solution of sodium chloride.
Sodium chloride.
Okay. Name the process by which it is prepared.
Chloralkali.
Yeah, it is known as chloralkali process. And why we called it chloralkali process?
because it has chlorine gas and NaOH.
Very good. Name the two uses of bleaching powder. Two uses of bleaching powder.
Bleaching powder. Um, it is a strong disinfectant used for killing germs of water,
Okay.
killing
And
germs
okay,
of water,
next.
and for
Next, what you are
making wool unshrinkable.
for making unsinkable, unshrinkable wool.
Unshrinkable.
Yeah, unshrinkable. For making the wool unshrinkable, to make it straight, unwrinkled. Yes, you, Abdul Kavi, are you there in the class? Are you participating in the class or not? You have just turned off your mic and camera both. Okay, you just came here. Yes, yes, Zainab. How can we prepare? And you don't have a camera, also don't have a mic. That's why you can't speak. Let me talk to your parents so that we can confirm that you don't have a camera or not, or are your mic is working or not, or you're studying properly or not. Let me talk to your parents just a minute. Yes, yes, Zainab. Now can you tell me that how can we prepare baking soda? How can we prepare baking soda?
Uh, yes, sir.
Tell me fast. And what is the role of tartaric acid in baking soda? Okay, let's start. Baking soda. Baking soda can be prepared when we have NaCl and water. What is the name given to this solution? NaCl and water, Zainab. What is the name given to this solution?
Yes, sir.
What is the name given to the mixture of NaCl and water? What is the name given to the
Sodium
mixture? Sodium what?
hydroxide plus chlorine.
It is brine.
Uh,
And when we pass uh, ammonia gas to it, it is known as ammonical brine. Ammonical brine. And on passing carbon dioxide to it, it will gives you NH. When we pass carbon dioxide to it, then what it is going to give you? It will gives you ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, NH4Cl in aqueous and sodium hydrogen carbonate plus sodium hydrogen carbonate, which is a solid or white PPT. From white PPT, precipitate means insoluble substance, and it is known as baking soda. So what is baking soda? It is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay. So how can we prepare baking soda? How can we prepare baking soda?
through this
Hmm?
through this process of sodium chloride plus water by mixing these components.
Yeah. So we can simply say that sodium chloride plus water plus ammonia will gives you, when we mix this when passing carbon dioxide to the ammonia to the ammonical brine, we form ammonium chloride plus sodium hydrogen carbonate, which is baking soda. Okay, you understood?
Okay.
Okay. Now, if we have this one, like for example, like if we have sodium, sorry, ammonium, and the process by which we prepare it is known as, the process by which we prepare it. It is, the whole process is known as solve process. We call it solve process. What we called it? Solve process. Understood? Yes or no?
Solvay process.
Yeah, we called it
Yes, sir.
solve. We called it solve process. So what is solve process? Solve process is a process by which, by which we prepare baking soda, and it is prepared when we pass carbon dioxide to ammonical brine, which is a mixture of sodium chloride, water, and an H3 ammonia. Okay, understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and here it will gives you baking soda. But this baking soda that is produced here, if you check this baking soda, the property of this baking soda, the baking soda, if I ask you that it is a salt, and every salt has some parents acid and base. So if I write down the parent acid and parent base of this salt, this is sodium hydroxide, which is a strong base, strong base. And this is H2CO3. This is found in cold drink, carbonic acid. This is a weak acid. Weak acid. So tell me that when strong acid react with weak base, what? Sorry, when strong base react with weak acid, what it gives you? What it will give you? Tell me.
Strong base react with weak acid.
What it will gives you?
Salt and water.
Yes, it will be salt. Okay. H2CO3, salt. Okay, salt and water. But it will give you salt and water. Yes, it is okay, but it is a basic salt. Basic salt. Why? Because it is a strong base and weak acid. Abdul Kavi, are you there in the class?
Yes.
So why means why you don't turning on your camera on? You used to open your camera every time. Why you are not turning on today? So this is basic salt, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate. And you know that if it is basic salt, then it must have some bitter taste. Every basic substance have bitter taste. So what we does that we add some tartaric acid or some edible edible acid, such as tartaric acid to this baking soda. Okay. So when baking soda is mixed with some edible acid, it is known as baking powder. Now it is not baking soda, it is baking powder. So what is the difference between baking soda and baking powder?
Baking powder has the edible tartaric acid.
Yeah, we can say that when baking soda is mixed with some edible acid, such as tartaric acid, this is known as, they together form baking powder. Okay.
Baking powder.
And why we are adding this baking powder to this baking soda? First of all, it will neutralize the bitter taste. You know that this is a base and this is an acid. So acid plus base will gives you salt plus carbon dioxide plus water. And now this new salt is not bitter in taste because it has been neutralized. Okay, because this is sodium hydrogen carbonate, any metal hydrogen carbonate, or metal carbonate. What I'm saying? Any metal hydrogen carbonate, or we call it metal bicarbonate, metal hydrogen carbonate, or metal carbonate, or metal carbonate. If they react with metal carbonate, like for example, Na2CO3 or NaHCO3, anyone. Na2CO3 is an example of metal carbonate, and NaHCO3 is an example of metal hydrogen carbonate. This is metal, this is hydrogen carbonate group. So when they react with acid, when they react with together, any one of them, they will gives you salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. This is the general property of metal carbonate reaction with acid. Okay.
Will this
Any
salt be bitter?
here this salt. Yeah, this metal carbonate may be
Yeah.
basic in nature or may not be basic in nature. So if they are basic in nature, then it will be neutral salt. If this is strong acid and this is less basic, then it will be an acidic salt. So depending on the type, which salt, which metal carbonate we are using. But here in this case of baking soda, it is weak base, yeah, basic, not a strong basic salt. It is a basic salt, but not a strong basic salt. It has bitter taste, but not so strong like the other base have. So this bitter taste, when is easily neutralized. This bitter taste can be easily neutralized when we pass edible acid such as tartaric acid to this one, and it will give you salt plus carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now noted down this one. That salt when react with carbon dioxide will gives you water. Okay, and this second use of this one, that it help in neutralizing. Just stop writing. Let you write it properly. And second role of this one is that this carbon dioxide that is produced because we are using baking powder for baking purpose. And why we are using it for the baking purpose? Because we need some carbon dioxide in our bread, which help in making the bread fluffy. Like for example, this is a dough. Okay, and when you add baking soda to this dough, then carbon dioxide will be trapped in this. Means carbon dioxide will be produced because there is a reaction is being done between tartaric acid and baking soda. Now this is when when you heat this slightly on heating, this carbon dioxide CO2 will be released. CO2 will be released. Are you getting my point? What I'm saying? That this CO2 will be eliminated out on passing. What? This CO2 will be eliminated out. Okay, when you heat it, because and this the space where the CO2 was trapped, it will remain as vacant and will make the bread spongy. Like you see, bread are spongy. Why they are spongy?
Because the CO2 is eliminated out.
Yeah, in that place becomes spongy. Okay, you understood now? So note this one, and then you have to just you have to note each and everything properly. Note this one starting. Note writing from the starting. विचारों की क्या ये पॉसिबल है मेरी क्लास मतलब सैटरडे के अलावा
Sir, what does it say? Like commercial what?
It is commercial use. What is means on the commercial use we use baking powder, and on for that we add some tartaric acid to this baking soda so that it become baking powder. Okay, done, noted.
No, sir. One more minute.
Done, noted, noted fast. Done, Danab.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if the questions comes in your examination, okay, just a minute. That what is the role of tartaric acid in baking soda? Sorry, baking powder. So what? How will you answer this question?
It is used.
You have to
Okay.
write that it will help in the production of carbon dioxide, which help in making the bread fluffy in baking industries, and it neutralizes the bitter taste of baking soda as it is basic salt.
Should we write this right now?
Yeah, you have to write it down. Done? Done, Zainab? Noted?
So done.
Okay. So here is a question for you. And how will you answer this question? How will you answer this question, Zainab? Lock yourself. Unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, how will you answer this question? For baking powder, for making cake, baking powder is taken. If at home your mother uses baking soda instead of baking powder in the cake, how will it affect the taste of the cake and why?
Will it be the same?
It will be better in taste
Yeah, it'll be better in taste.
because baking soda is okay,
Baking soda
is only sodium
is,
hydrogen carbonate, which is a basic salt.
yeah. So it'll be better in taste.
And how can baking soda be converted into baking powder? How can baking soda be
Uh,
converted into baking?
we can mix like the baking soda with the tartaric acid, tar- tartaric thing, the edible
Yeah,
salt.
Yeah, when we add edible salt to it. And what is the role of tartaric acid to the baking soda? We have discussed this one, and that it helps in the production of carbon dioxide, which help in making the
Yes.
bread fluffy. And
Yes.
second role,
Hmm?
and second role, that it neutralizes the
It
bitter taste.
neutralizes the taste of baking soda.
Okay. Okay, we have a question here, and you need to answer this question. And know this question in your copy first. Done? Okay, read the question and try to answer the compound X and Y.